Welcome to the Great Migration's Smarter Way to Upgrade video. In this video, we'll be looking at Great Migration's tool-assisted rewrite methodology and how it can help you get more upgrade for your money.
Let's talk about a problem that probably keeps a lot of CIOs up at night. The idea that your entire business runs on critical software that's, well, decades old. So what's the plan? I mean, really think about that for a second. Your company's most important application, the one handling finance or logistics, maybe all your customer data, was written ages ago in a language like VB6. Sure, it works, but it's become a total black box. How on earth do you move forward without breaking everything? And that question right there, that is the very heart of the upgrade dilemma. You know you have to modernize. You know you have to do something, but the path forward just seems so unclear, and frankly, it's packed with risk. When you really boil it down, any modernization project, no matter how big and scary it seems, starts with two deceptively simple requirements. First up, the new system has to do exactly what the old one does. No exceptions. And second, you've got to upgrade the technology, right? Move from something outdated to a modern platform, like .NET. So faced with those two goals, teams usually find themselves standing at a crossroads, and there are really only two fundamentally different paths you can take to get where you need to go. On one side, you have the path we've all heard of, the traditional, complete manual rewrite from scratch. And on the other side, you've got a much more modern method, the tool-assisted rewrite. We're going to break down both of them, and we'll start with the one you're probably most familiar with.
All right, let's dive into the manual rewrite. This is the classic, super labor-intensive process. It means you're dissecting the old system and then rebuilding it piece by painful piece, completely by hand.
And the life cycle for a manual project? Oh, it's brutal. It kicks off with months, sometimes years of interviews just trying to figure out what the old system is even supposed to do. Then comes the years of painstaking hand coding from the ground up. And finally, you're stuck in what feels like an endless loop of manual testing and bug fixing, hunting down every single inevitable human error.
But what if there was a better way? This is where the tool-assisted approach comes in. It's a faster and honestly a much smarter path to modernization.
So the first huge shift in thinking is right here. With a tool-assisted rewrite, you don't need all those months of interviews to guess what the system does. Why not? Because the existing source code is the ultimate source of truth. It's already a perfect, detailed specification of exactly what that application does. You know, the source material says it perfectly. The existing source code is a complete, formal specification of the legacy functionality. This isn't about what people think this system does or what they remember it doing. It's about what it actually does, line by line, right there in the code. Okay, so if the old code is our perfect blueprint, what about the construction? Well, this is the real game changer. Instead of spending years hand coding, the vast majority of the new code is generated automatically by a specialized tool. This just dramatically speeds up the entire process.
And that automation? It has this amazing ripple effect on testing. See, because the code is produced systematically by a machine that's following a very precise set of rules, it's incredibly consistent. It's way less prone to human error. And that means fewer defects right from the start, which makes the whole testing phase so much more efficient.
When you put them side by side like this, the contrast is just crystal clear. In the manual world, your requirements are subjective, coding is painfully slow, and testing is super complex. But in the tool-assisted world, requirements are objective, coding is automated and fast, and testing is way more efficient. The difference is really night and day.
Now, this efficiency isn't just some technical win. It completely transforms the economics of the entire project. And that brings us to the budget and how this approach lets you reallocate your resources in a much smarter way.
So take a look at a typical budget for a manual rewrite. A massive 50% goes just to coding. The other half gets split between gathering requirements and testing. But notice what's missing? There's zero budget left over for innovation. It's all just spent trying to rebuild a thing you already have. Okay, now contrast that with the tool-assisted budget. The costs for requirements, coding, and testing just plummet. And then look at that huge new slice that appears. A whopping 70% of your budget is now freed up for what actually matters: innovation, optimization, and real strategic enhancements. So what's the bottom line here? It's pretty simple, really. You deliver a much better upgrade using fewer resources. You stop burning cash on all that tedious manual labor, and you start investing in smart technical design and new features that are actually going to drive your business forward. Ultimately, This isn't just about replacing old technology. It's really about unlocking your team's potential. So, we'll just leave you with this one question to think about. If you could completely automate the rewrite, what could your brilliant team build next?